Welcome to another episode of Hard Lessons with Demel Hannah. I'm your host, Demel Hannah. So, as I told y'all, I became very fucking militant and shit, in that segregation, that segregation bit, because that's what it was. I was doing motherfuckers bits. Motherfuckers might do 6 months in prison. I was doing that shit in segregation. So, I developed a militancy about myself. So when I came out of segregation, I was calling myself, motherfuckers knew me by wax, but I started calling myself POW. I did. I swear to Jesus Christ. It's 2 guys right now. One got natural life. He finna come home though. He got locked up a year after me, 99. And another one of the homies got locked up a year before me. You know what I'm saying? He finna come home. He should be out shit next month, God's willing. They used to be like, I was like, I called them, they the only 2 I used to call POW. And they like, what the fuck is a POW, man? I'm like, prisoner of war. PAW, excuse me. Prisoner of war, I changed it. I was calling myself PAW, prisoner at war, because I was militant. I felt like the system kidnapped me and they was holding me unlawfully, for real. For real. That's how I felt. To this day, I still feel that way. So I started calling myself PAW, prisoner at war. And I wasn't playing. I told you, like, I memorized Stateville's mission statement. I said it, and my nephew, he had put it up in the corner and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I was at the system, man. I was at war with the system, for real. I was at war with them motherfuckers, man. I hated fucking correction officers. I hated anything a part of the system around this time. I did. The system was my motherfucking enemy. It was my arch nemesis. It was my rival. It was my everything. I hated it. I detested it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how to, decompartmentalize that these motherfuckers just coming in here feeding their family. I didn't at that time. I was like, fuck correction officers. I hate anything. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just angry. I was so angry around this time. So I'm like, man, I'm a PAW. You know what I mean? I'm a prison at war. I promise you. I'm not bullshitting you, man. You know what I'm saying? For years and years and years, I was the only motherfucker that was hollering that shit throughout the motherfucking goddamn Illinois prisons. I'm a PAW. I'm at war. You know what I mean? And right now today, my homie, when he called me, he'd be like, what's up, PAW? You know what I'm saying? That shit sounds so good. You know what I mean? Because, like, he knew that this dude, he was a different dude. And I made it up out that bitch. But I was a different motherfucker up in that, man. I was a young motherfucker, 2021, man. And, in hindsight, I be trying to really see, is there 2021-year-olds that had my mentality back then. Like, I was fucking militant as fuck, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was, like, to me, I was back in the 60s and the 70s. In the late 90s, early 2000s. But my mentality, I had the mentality of a motherfucker back in the 60s, because I read a lot of those books. I read a lot of books about the Black Panther Party. I read a lot of books about the Civil Rights Movement. I read a lot of fucking those books. So I had their mentality that never stop, never quit, irregardless of how defeat, looks to be imminent, you still keep pushing. I needed that, man. That's how I got through prison, really. I promise you. If I didn't have that mentality, I probably wouldn't have survived prison. But I'm out of segregation now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm back in D house, and I'm just really, I ain't doing nothing. I ain't doing shit. I wasn't doing nothing. And I think when I went back to segregation, now in hindsight, it was a good thing. I needed to go back, because I didn't know what the fuck to do. I didn't. You know, when I got out of segregation in 2000, October, until December of 2000, when I went back to segregation, I didn't know what the fuck to do. I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I was just going through the motions, going to child, coming back, you know, talking on the gallery. Like that little time, I didn't know what to do. I probably needed to go back to segregation, and I did. I did. I went back like a month and a half later and shit. I couldn't piss. I had a thing with this. I used to be so afraid of the drop man. Not because I was dirty, but because I couldn't piss. I had a thing like I could not piss with a motherfucker standing over my shoulder. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. So they piss test me again, because when you get in the system of like, because they interpret you not being able to piss as a refusal. And they probably thought I was being militant, refusing. I wasn't. I just couldn't piss. You know, so shit, I went right back to fucking segregation, man. Where the fuck I go? December 2000. Where the fuck they put me initially? Oh, yeah, they put me in F house. They put me in F house. I was in 153. I'ma tell you this how good my memory is. I got a tour with the police. I was in 153 for like 3 months. You know, and then I got a tour with the police at breakfast time. I guess I just got frustrated. You know, I got frustrated. I got a tour with the police. I called them all out his name, told him open the door, I'll kill his ass. I was just frustrated, I guess. But this female, she was a captain. She saved me. They wanted to fuck me up. And she like, why you all bad? Why you all mean? And I'm like, man, I ain't mean. She like, you so handsome. I'm like, all right, she buttering me up right now. She like, I remember this cell. And I'm like, yeah. And she like, Don Smokey was in this cell. Legend. Legendary. Y'all know anything about Cabrini Green Projects? He is the founder of the motherfuckers. Not that he built the projects, but what the projects became is because of him, that motherfucker. That's why they call him Don Smokey. You know what I'm saying? For real. So when she said that name, my antennas went up. I'm like, yeah, he was in this cell, huh? She like, yeah. And I'm like, damn, okay. Damn, Don Smokey was in this cell. Damn, Don Smokey. Legendary motherfucker. But they sent my ass. I did like 3 months in F House Sig. And in March, they sent my ass over there to G-Dorm. I mean to I House. And I did the last, cause they gave me like 15 days for that shit. You know, for that incident with the officer. And shit, I got out of segregation, you know, like in June. I did like 6.5 months. I got out of segregation in June, but that segregation experience taught me a fucking whole lot. It taught me a lot of patience. You know what I'm saying? Because I witnessed motherfucking cellmates fuck each other up that time. You know, I was witnessing some shit. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers was fucking each other up, Joe. You hear it. I'm sorry, I won't do it again. Ah! And I'm like, damn, a grown man screaming like that? Shit, he fucking. So, you know, I worked out a lot. I did a lot of push-ups. You know what I'm saying? I knew the shit wasn't no joke. You know what I'm saying? I knew this shit wasn't no joke. But a lot of my homies thought I started liking segregation. They would see me, you know what I'm saying? Because when you go to segregation, you could see motherfuckers in general population. And motherfuckers be like, what's up, Wax? What the fuck you doing back there again? Nigga, you like seg, nigga? And I'd be like, no, the fuck I don't. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't like seg. But I needed to go back because, like I say, doing that little 2 month, I was just really just going on to get along. And that's never good in prison. That's never good. Just you trying to just, you know, go on. You know, that's never good. I didn't have no schedule. I didn't have no schedule. So when I went back, I developed a lot of patience. I went through a lot of shit. I did hunger strikes that time. You know what I'm saying? I went through a lot of shit that time. I did, man. I went through a lot of shit. I did. But it built me up. It built me up. So when I got out of motherfucking segregation, June 2001, I was different. I was different. And I think I was better. I was better. I'm gonna tell you how.